If you've been an anime fan for a while, you will know that there used to be multiple streaming services that kind of released anime. Obviously, we have Crunchyroll. Crunchyroll is the big dog in town, but we also had a company called Funimation, which Funimation got purchased by Crunchyroll or Sony. Actually, Sony was the owner of Funimation. They purchased Crunchyroll, made Crunchyroll their anime service, and did away with Funimation. So really, that is the big thing now. Crunchyroll and Funimation just basically became one, and that is like the behemoth of anime streaming services. But there's a little guy over here to the side. Obviously, there's Netflix, there's Hulu, we'll get to that. But there was this little guy that was like the anime streaming service that was going to fight against Goliath. We had David, we had Goliath. And I was really hopeful that now that Funimation was out of the way, now it was back to a two-dog race, I was hopeful that HiDive would really show up and would really start to grow and would do good. But HiDive is worrying me quite a lot. So HiDive is a much smaller company compared to Sony. It's not going to compete against Sony. But HiDive is actually owned by AMC Entertainment, everything like that. So it is not like it's a small company. It's not like it's indie ran or anything like that. It's got some backing to it, not as much as Sony. AMC is not going to put as much behind this as Sony is putting behind that. But they are putting out so little content and adding stuff to their service that I am worried we are in the final days of HiDive. This is nothing that I don't know anything. This is my opinion, and this is what I am seeing from the outside looking in. I am looking at HiDive. I am seeing what's happening with that company, and I am worried because I think that it could do better, but I think it's failing to do anything, and I'm worried it won't exist much longer. So HiDive recently announced their spring broadcasting stuff, and we do have a few new things, but not a ton. So this spring we are getting just three new HiDive streaming things, and they're not like major things. We have Yandere Elf, which pretty much is the biggest one in my opinion. But what worries me more than the lack of stuff we're getting is the amount of things that is leaving, that we are losing the ability to watch on HiDive. There is 11 anime that are leaving the streaming service in April. And this is nothing new. We had a few anime previously that had been removed from the service. A notable one that I was really shocked whenever they lost it was Kubo Won't Let Me Be Invisible. That was a big rom-com, and it was kind of a big deal when they got it because it was a very popular series among the kind of romance slice of life fans. And when they lost that, it was a big deal because they had just put out a Blu-ray of it. So now people that may see that Blu-ray and they think, well, I don't really want to buy the Blu-ray, but I'd like to go check it out. They can't because it's not on their service anymore. And a notable one this time is that we're losing Review Starlight. And Review Starlight is a series that is very popular. It has its fans. It is a popular series. It has a movie. This movie, they did a big push whenever this movie was released in the United States, and they were kind of behind it. It was Sentai was the ones releasing it. Sentai is kind of a partner with them, and it was a big deal. But they don't even want to keep the series on their app anymore. That concerns me quite a bit. Now, I understand there's, business reasons behind the scenes on why you would have to remove anime from your site, but if you're going to do that, I would hope that you would add new anime in to replace those, because hear me out, their library is not that big. On Crunchyroll, and I'm not defending Crunchyroll by any means, but on Crunchyroll, you can spend hours just looking at their anime library. Even Netflix, which is not a anime, that's not what they focus on. They have probably, and this is my, guess on just seeing their stuff. I would imagine Netflix has a bigger anime library than HiDive now, and that's concerning. Another thing with HiDive was a great great service for uncensored anime. They released Gushing Over Magical Girls. Gushing Over Magical Girls was an insanely popular series that no one really saw coming. And they had it, and it was uncensored. And I think having it uncensored actually made that anime do better. If it was censored, I firmly believe that if an anime is censored, there is a probably 30 to 40% of the crowd will see the censor and then just turn it off because they're like, I ain't gonna fool with it if it's censored. That's too distracting. If like you put a dog over, you know, the thing when it's supposed to be censored, it's gonna be like, oh, I'm not gonna watch that. And HiDive was good about that. They didn't do that to their anime. They would release the uncensored version. And they did that recently with Plus Sized Elf. They just released the uncensored version, and that's great. That is a great thing for anime because in Japan, they get the multiple versions airing immediately. You don't have to wait until the Blu-ray release. You don't have to wait for anything like that. Having it immediately is the best thing for these series. What my problem is that without a company like HiDive, we are relying on companies like Netflix, like Crunchyroll, to put these anime out. And there's no real reason for them to put them out because like HiDive would put them out because it was beneficial to them. It was something that Crunchyroll and Netflix wouldn't offer. They wouldn't offer these more ecchi anime. And so if Crunchyroll and Netflix know they don't have to worry about HiDive, they won't even license them. And then they'll say, well, we don't need to worry about that. We don't need these 18 plus series on our service because that could, that runs into problems where you need to make, parental services and everything like that. You won't even license them, or you'll heavily censor them so that they're fine to put on your service and kids might, run into them. That is what is going to happen or may happen. I don't want to say it will happen because I don't know. Crunchyroll has done better about that, but they haven't gained my trust yet. I am still worried that this is a major problem that could happen. Not only this, but HiDive was great because I mentioned the collaboration with Sentai. I don't know how firm that is, but they were great about putting most of their anime that they licensed, they were great about putting most of it out on Blu-ray. And with Sentai being a big partner with them, I don't know what Sentai will license anymore if they don't have this. Will they collaborate with Netflix, or will they just go away altogether as well? I hope not, because they released great Blu-rays. They were very, they had all of the different, it needed to be uncensored, they would have an uncensored version. If they, needed bonus features, whatever, they would do them. And it was great. And it was, actually fairly well priced. It wasn't like Crunchyroll. Crunchyroll is kind of expensive whenever it comes to their Blu-ray. And Netflix doesn't even put out Blu-ray for 99. They don't put it out for any of their anime because the only reason we got Cyberpunk on Blu-ray, and it's coming soon, is because Japan put it out and made it so it's available on Trigger's US site. That's the only way we got that. Now, a big anime that HiDive did get, and I think this is really the telltale sign. If they get Oshinoko Season 3, I think HiDive's in okay space. But if they, for some reason, do not license Oshinoko Season 3, because we know it's coming in 2026, if they don't license it, nails in the coffin, it's done. And I hope not. I really do. But with them cutting so much out of their service, licensing so few anime, I'm worried about HiDive. I really am. And this isn't getting talked about a lot, and I think it needs to be talked about more. I want to know what's happening because they're a service I support. I pay a monthly fee to be subscribed to them because I want a company like HiDive to go up against the big Goliath. But if they aren't putting out anything, I'm gonna give up hope on the little David eventually. But what do you think? Do you think I'm out of line here by saying this? I don't think I am. There's just so many signs here that's making me concerned. And I don't know what is happening behind the scenes to cause this. Is it an AMC problem? Is it a HiDive problem? Or did they license the wrong things? They just didn't have good sales for a while. Are these other anime backing out? Or do they not want to renew these licensing things with them? I don't know. I don't know. And a lot of these animes they're leaving, I'm like, But why? I mean, surely it can't be too expensive to keep these on your service. Especially like Review Starlight. What are the companies going to pick this up? Crunchyroll probably doesn't want it. It's not new. If they wanted it, they would have got it when it was releasing. I don't know, and I'm very worried because so many anime are leaving this site. No one's else going to pick them up, and then all of these are going to be unavailable to watch in the English release of them, officially anyway. But let me know. What do you think? Do you think I'm crazy or whatever? I don't think so, but let me know. But anyway, thank you so much for watching. I wanted to talk about this because I noticed it. No one else was talking about it. I wanted to bring it up, and let me know what you think. But until next time, if you want to see more, subscribe, like this video, comment. All of it helps me out a ton, and I will talk to you guys very soon. See ya. Bye.